On February 19, 2013, maintenance workers at the Cecil Hotel in downtown Los Angeles made a grim discovery. For weeks, guests had been complaining about low water pressure, strange-tasting tap water, and discoloration. That morning, a hotel employee climbed to the roof to check one of the 4 large cylindrical water tanks. When he looked inside, he saw the body of 21-year-old Elisa Lam floating face up. She had been missing for nearly 3 weeks. Elisa was a Canadian college student from Vancouver, the daughter of immigrants from Hong Kong. Bright, creative, and deeply interested in art and fashion, she had also struggled for years with bipolar disorder and depression. She kept a personal blog where she wrote candidly about her mental health and life experiences, sometimes with a touch of dark humor. In late January 2013, Elisa set off on a solo trip down the west coast of the United States. Her plan was to travel by Amtrak and bus, visiting several cities along the way before heading into California. Los Angeles was one of her final stops before San Diego. On January 26th, Elisa checked into the Cecil Hotel, a historic but infamously troubled building on Main Street in the city's Skid Row area. The Cecil had once been a glamorous 1920s hotel, but over the decades it gained a dark reputation. By the 2010s, it had a mix of budget travelers, long-term low-income residents, and tourists unaware of its history. The surrounding neighborhood was known for crime, poverty, and drug use. When she first arrived, Elisa was placed in a shared room with other guests, but after complaints about her behavior, described later as odd and unsettling, she was moved to a private room. During her stay, Elisa kept in touch with her family daily. On January 31st, she failed to call or email them. Concerned, her parents contacted the Los Angeles Police Department. The LAPD opened a missing person investigation and began searching the area. Detectives interviewed hotel staff and searched common areas, her room and the roof, but at that time they did not locate her. A week later, police made a public appeal for help, releasing elevator surveillance footage from the night of January 31st. The video, recorded in the hotel's elevator, quickly became infamous online. In it, Elisa enters wearing a red hoodie and shorts. She presses multiple floor buttons, steps into the hallway and back in, peeks out repeatedly, and appears to hide in the corner. She makes a series of unusual hand movements, at times gesturing as if speaking to someone unseen. Her behavior is erratic, and the footage is unsettling. The video went viral, drawing millions of views worldwide. Internet forums filled with theories, ranging from the possibility of someone else being present, to supernatural speculation, to a mental health crisis. On February 19th, the hotel was responding to guest complaints about water when maintenance worker Santiago Lopez accessed the roof. To reach the water tanks, one would typically need to pass through a locked door or climb the exterior via a fire escape, then climb a ladder to the top of the tank. Lopez climbed the ladder to check one tank's hatch and found it open. Inside was Elisa's body, clothed in the same outfit from the elevator video. Her personal items, including her room key and watch, were found in the water with her. The recovery operation was complicated. The tank was drained, cut open, and her body was removed. The discovery made international headlines, adding to the mystery already fueled by the viral video. The Los Angeles County Coroner's Office conducted an autopsy and toxicology tests. The report, released in June 2013, concluded her death was an accidental drowning, with bipolar disorder listed as a significant contributing condition. There were no signs of physical trauma, assault, or sexual assault. Toxicology found prescription medications consistent with her treatment for bipolar disorder, but no illegal drugs or alcohol. The amount of medication in her system was notably low, suggesting she may not have been taking her prescriptions as prescribed in the days leading up to her death, a factor that can contribute to severe mood episodes, hallucinations, or disorganized thinking. Investigators believe Elisa somehow gained access to the roof. While the hotel's main roof door was locked and alarmed, a fire escape provided another possible route. Once on the roof, she may have climbed the tank's ladder, opened the unsecured hatch, and entered the water. Why she did so remains unknown. With the tank's sides slick and high, it would have been nearly impossible to climb back out unaided. The case became a fixture in popular culture, inspiring documentaries, fictional adaptations, and countless online discussions. Many people fixated on unanswered questions. Why was she behaving so strangely in the elevator? Did anyone see her on the roof? How did she physically manage to access the tank? Law enforcement has said there is no evidence of foul play, and that her death was a tragic accident linked to her mental health struggles. For her family, the official findings offered little comfort. They filed a wrongful death lawsuit against the hotel, arguing that it failed to protect guests and secure the water tanks. The case was dismissed in 2015 after a judge ruled there was no way the hotel could have reasonably foreseen someone accessing the tanks. Elisa Lam's story continues to be remembered not only for the eerie circumstances, but for the very human tragedy at its center. A young woman traveling alone, full of plans and personality, whose life ended in a way no one can fully explain. The rooftop water tanks at the Cecil have since been secured, but the image of that open hatch and the haunting elevator footage remain indelible in the public's mind.